guys, it's Micah, and today I'll be telling you how to use the tuner in Ableton Live. Now the tuner is an audio effect that analyzes incoming audio and shows you which pitch you're on or how far you are from the pitch you're trying to go on. This is actually great if you're practicing classical instruments, for instance your voice, a violin, a bassoon, because unlike keyboard players, if you play one of those other instruments, you're in charge of your intonation. But tuners are also used to tune guitar strings or bass strings. Now I actually recommend you learn to use your ear to tune, but I do understand sometimes for practical reasons that's just not an option. So this tuner doesn't change anything with your audio, it doesn't tune the audio for you, but it shows you if you're in tune or out of tune and which way you need to tune to make it in tune. The tuner only works for monophonic audio, so you can't play chords into the tuner and it'll say, this is a G major 7 chord. All the different notes are going to confuse the tuner and you're going to get wonky results. Alright, so this tuner, you've got a big display over here, then at the bottom you've got a few buttons. You can change your display mode over here, and then you can choose between auto and manual, or target and strobe, depending on which of these two display options you're in. And then you can also decide whether you want your display shown in cents or hertz. And then you can also change your reference, so if you want your A to be tuned at 440 hertz. In older times, like Baroque times, they actually tuned the A a lot lower than we're used to, and some producers like to detune their audio on purpose, maybe to make everything sound a little bit sharp and a little bit flatter. So always make sure your reference is set correctly. But if you've never tweaked anything in your synthesizer in terms of the bass tuning, then it should be at 440 hertz. Right, now let me demonstrate. Alright, so I was trying to whistle a G over there, and the closer I got to the G, you saw the ball go to the middle, and when I was in the G, it went green. But the further I was away from the G, either if I was too sharp, it would go to the right, and if I was too flat, it would go to the left, and it would also change color from green to, say, red. Now also when I whistled a note, or say I'm talking on a pitch, gee, I'm making a right fool of myself, but it showed the pitch at the bottom, and then also in hertz, how far I was from the actual pitch. Now I can change that to show it in cents if I don't want it to show in hertz. And then I can also decide whether I want target or strobe. Now target is just like I explained to you, the ball stays in the middle, but I can also do strobe view. Now strobe view is more like the tuner is a big wheel, and if the wheel's moving, you're out of tune. If the wheel is moving to the left, you're too flat, and if it's moving to the right, you're too sharp. And once you're balanced and everything's green, you're in tune. As I go in tune, the wheel will stop turning. Then you can also choose between your classic view and your title bar. Now title bar is so much fun because it takes your audio and it displays it. So if you're going higher, it's pushing higher, and if you're going lower, you can see little gray lines. And it's trying to color the pitch that you're on. So if I'm trying to sing a C, which I'm not doing very well, then it'll move to that C, and if you're on the C, it'll go green, and if you're far away from it, it'll go red. Now it's jumping from pitch because it's trying to analyze which pitch I am, and when we talk, we're actually talking in distinct pitches, and we're constantly changing our intonation. But now you can also go on manual, and if you're in manual, then you manually move these things around. So if I know I'm trying to aim for an A, I can keep the A there, and then I can hope that I hit it eventually. You can also change the scaling. So if I click in the middle and move to the left or right, you're actually zooming in or out. And these gray lines are exactly in the center of the specific pitch. So this gray line is exactly on the A that I want. I hope I really didn't make it more complicated than it is. The fact that I was talking and trying to sing at the same time was probably not the best idea. I do have a synth here too, so if I detune my synthesizer a little bit and I play on my keyboard, you can actually see in the tuner that it's flat because I've detuned it. But if my detuning is back to 0, I'm slap bang in the middle there. Oh, and also the pitch is fluctuating there because I have LFOs and things like that. So that's the tuner. Now you might wonder, why on earth is there a tuner in Ableton Live? Well, if you are doing live performances and you're using loopers and you want to tune your guitar before the set, you can just tune your guitar quite simply without having to whip out a tuner. I could literally have like a lot of fun just playing with tuners, just sitting there going, ah, trying to go on the green, because that's what I think is fun. I don't know, does anyone else do that for fun? Or is it just me? That's probably just me. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon in the next one.